I invite you to challenge my belief in a creator.
Is how you conduct yourself dependent on your intellectual understanding of religion? Because I don't think, it doesn't appear to me that that's the case. Like,
Can I be racist? Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Challenge that.
Okay.
And when you can't, surrender. That's what I did.
Right.
The universe had a creator, but I can't prove it.
I respect that you said that.
That's the first thing. Yeah. Now here's the thing, first thing you need to concede, can a belief without evidence be true?
Yes, I've heard you say that as well. I've heard yes.
Well, it's a question for you.
The answer is yes.
Of course it is.
The answer is yes.
Of course it is.
Are you, like, the example you gave, Rob, is I can't go and prove that my mum is my mum.
Yeah.
But she's still my mum.
No, I can prove it. I can do DNA.
But without the DNA, she's
I believe
still my
it.
mum. Without the DNA,
I'll give you an easy one on that.
Yeah.
I believe my wife is faithful to me. I don't believe she'll cheat on me.
Okay.
Can't prove it unless I follow 24/7.
But it still could be true. It still could. It might.
No. But I believe she would never.
No. Right.
Right. Believe.
Right.
But I don't have no proof.
Yeah.
Now, why? Because I have reasons to believe. So, for example, in a court of law, we have reasons to believe such and such a thing. So you can't prove it, but we have reasons for us to accept this to be true. Yeah?
Yes.
Right. So I have reasons to accept the existence of an uncaused cause of the universe. Right?
Right.
And the reasons are,
Yeah.
that whatever caused the universe needs to be uncaused, because then you have the problem of infinite regression.
Whatever caused the universe needs to be uncaused. I don't understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the cause of the universe requires a cause,
Yes.
and that cause requires a cause, and that cause requires a cause, if we could continue going that way, then we have to have something uncaused to kickstart it all. That's the problem of infinite regression.
And is there not a case for it always existed? Everything always existed. I know you've heard that one before.
No, you can believe everything's always existed. I would ask for your reasons to believe that.
Yes. But why would that be less valid than the?
Well, I would ask for your reasons why you believe it's always existed.
No, I'm just saying as a theory. I'm not saying that I do believe it. I'm saying what would.
No, whoever made that claim.
Yes.
If they said to me, I believe the universe always existed, I would say, why do you believe that?
Right. And then what was the point you were making about the uncaused cause thing?
Right. So Stephen Hawking says this. Yeah. Stephen Hawking says there's an uncaused cause of the universe. Right now, you say we call it God of the gaps.
Yes.
Yeah. So we say that uncaused cause is God. All right. Atheists say that uncaused cause is energy. Yeah. They do energy of the gaps. Yeah. Your mate Sarah does that. All right.
It's not my mate.
Right. But that's just a belief.
Yeah.
So the first thing atheists, agnostics need to concede, you don't have the intellectual higher ground here. No. You don't have the logical higher ground here.
Well, and
you don't have the reasonable higher ground here either.
I would say the agnostics are very honest because we're saying we don't know. We're not saying.
No, you're only saying you don't know because the method you're using, which is science, is flawed. So you'll never know. Because if God is supernatural, you'll never know. So the question, so my question to you is, why are you using such a lame way to...
That's the only way that humans...
No, but that way can't detect God.
How can you prove it can't detect God?
Because science says so. Because it denies the supernatural.
I kind of tend to think it doesn't, but yeah.
No, science rejects. Science says everything has a natural explanation.
Yes.
Therefore, science can never detect God. Yeah. So why are you trying to use science to detect God?
It's a good point. But then, so my thing would be like that when no one, because basically humans can. I could be wrong, but my assumption is that humans our only way of detecting whether something is truthful or not. I'm going to be careful with how I say this, but I think this is true. Is using science. So we can't prove or disprove supernatural.
First thing, science. And here's the other thing about science as well that gets away with a lot, and we'll end that today.
Yeah.
A fact in science is not a fact as we understand it. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, it's got the most proof behind it, but we don't know.
No, it's not no proof behind it. It's just the best explanation.
It's the best. That's what I mean.
And that can change.
It's got the best evidence.
Right. What does fact mean in our lay terms? Undisputable.
What does fact mean in our lay terms?
Undisputable.
Oh yeah, it means 100%. it means 100%.
Undisputable.
But that's a kind of heuristic.
No. What it is, if
you ask people, is that really a fact? And you boil it down. People say, well, it's the best argument.
No. A fact in lay terms, when you say this is a fact, it's undisputable. That's a fact.
When I say fact, I use that as a term to mean
it's a fact. Henry VIII. It's a fact. Henry VIII beheaded Anne Boleyn.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's undisputable.
Yeah,
it happened.
I don't know if
according to history. Yeah. All right. A fact in science is not the same. A fact in science is just the best explanation we have.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And in reverse, a theory, in our terms, is it's an idea. Could be this. Could be that. Right. But apparently, in science, it has a whole new special pleading. It means something else. No, theory in science now changes. So instead of being the theory that we, in our lay terms, we say, it might be this, I've got an idea, it could be that, whatever. I have a theory that United are going to win the Premier League next season because Lukaku now is going to score more goals against the little teams at Old Trafford, for example. That's the theory I have. When you use the word theory in science, all of a sudden it takes on a whole new meaning. Yeah, for me that's the logical follow special pleading, man. You change the term.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Now the really, really sneaky thing is, when someone says evolution is a fact, you imply using our term undisputable. Yeah. When it doesn't mean that.
I know.
Right, that's the problem.
Right.
Right.
I watched Sabor talk about it and I was like,
Sabor.
Okay.
Sabor.
I don't know shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. He kind of made me think.
He reduced Rob to read a few books.
He was very good. I mean, I like Rob, but he really.
No, I thought Rob was well read.
Yeah.
And he reduced him. He's read a couple of books we haven't quite finished yet.
He was very, very good. And I like Rob. You know, my thing is though, this is what.
Let's go back to stay on point though.
Okay,
right.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, you're an agnostic. You say that's honest. I don't think it is, unless you can explain why you use a scientific method to detect God, which cannot be used. So it's like me. Here's a tape measure. Yeah. Tell me how much I weigh.
I'm not even saying I know that the scientific scientific method can or can't detect that.
No. But the scientific method is saying that.
Yeah, but I'm not. You're assuming that I believe that.
Oh, so what method are you using?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know.
No. What method are you using to detect God?
I don't know. If
Why don't you believe in God?
Because I don't.
Because you haven't observed him, and it's a scientific method.
Because I haven't observed him, or he hasn't come to me.
Right.
Said anything convincing.
Right. Yeah. So what we have to do is this. You see, I believed in God before Islam.
2 years before, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Sorry,
and before that, I was agnostic.
Yes.
And before that, I was atheist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I believed in God without need of Islam.
Yeah.
I believed in God through my intellect, just questioning. It's true. Stephen Hawking says it. The universe has to be uncaused. So whatever caused the universe, either the universe has always existed, yes, or it began.
Yes.
Or it began to exist. If it's always existed, I'd like the reasons why you believe that. Because here's how you deal with belief now. Because I've had this question asked to me. I know I'm going to digress a little bit. People say to me, I believe in one less God than you. I don't believe in Thor, I don't believe in Zeus and this and that. Right, I've heard it many times. And on Facebook, that's the mantra in the atheist groups. Yeah? And I love it. Right? Because why? You're correct. All beliefs can't be true. So what did we say belief was? Acceptance of something to be true in the absence of evidence. Yeah? So if there's no evidence, then it's not proven, which means you must have another reason to believe it. Yeah? So for example, there's a Christian I'm going to deal with very, very soon. He believes the Bible's the Word of God. Can't prove it's the Word of God, but he believes it. Now my question to him is, for what reason do you believe it? He's going to say, it says so. And I'm going to say to him, where does it say so? And he's going to show me where it says so, and I'm going to show him that doesn't apply to the Bible. Once I've done that, if he still continues with this belief, it's now delusion. Because now he's believing something in spite of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you want to call someone deluded, you need to show why they're deluded, right? So if someone has a belief, you challenge the reasons for that belief. Yeah? If you can challenge the reasons for that belief can be rejected. Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. So I invite you to challenge my belief in a creator. So you have to now challenge the reasons why I believe in a creator. And I'll tell you my reasons why, and you challenge them. Okay. I believe this universe couldn't create itself. I don't believe it's always existed. Yeah. I believe it required an organizer, an originator, and a designer, just because of what we see within it. Yeah. I believe that this cause needs to be uncaused, otherwise it itself would require a cause, and I would look to that then instead of that. Yeah. And using Occam's razor, I don't need to do that. Yeah. We go straight to the Occam's razor. We go to the simplest form. Yeah. So there's no way saying, oh, well, that cause, there was a God, and then a God created that God, and God created that God, and God created that God. No. See, my definition of a creator means it has to be uncaused. Yes. Yeah. If it's not uncaused, it's not my definition or understanding of a creator. Yeah. Yes. My definition of a creator needs to be all powerful. Yeah. If it's not all powerful, for me, that can't be the one that created this whole universe. Yeah. All knowing, all aware. Yeah. Due to everything that exists. Right. This is how then you take religions apart. So when someone says Hinduism and this and that, the other, you're telling me God. Just talk about Ganesh now, you know, the elephant god. Yes. You know, I think this is correct. I'm sure the Hindus will correct me. They lost their son's head, and they found an elephant head. They put the elephant head on it, and this, that, the other. Right? That's not God for me. That's God. You're out of here. Yeah. I can't concede that that is God. That's not my creator, so forget that. Christianity. God requires himself to come as a man to die for us so he can forgive us. No, that goes against my whole idea of a creator. Yeah? But I'm going to leave religion out of it. I'm going to just go stick to what I said, uncaused cause. So I believe this uncaused cause needs intelligence and needs conscious. Yeah? Once I have intelligence and consciousness, is that unreasonable or reasonable?
It's reasonable.
Right.
It's reasonable.
Then I would ask, is there a purpose for why he did it? Yeah? Next question, why? And then the next question would be, has this creator uncaused cause connected to us? Has he tried to contact us? Has he tried to guide us? Has he interacted with us? That would be my next question, logical question. Hence I went from atheism to agnosticism, to then challenging religion. Yeah? So you look to the religions that challenge, who claim connection to God. They claim connection to this uncaused cause. And if you look at, I mean, forget Buddhism and all, they're not even religions.
How about you, Dave? I was born Jewish. I'm not practicing. No. I was born Jewish.
Okay.
My brother's super religious. He lives in Israel, super religious.
Right. Look. If you're Jewish, yeah. No. What I mean is, your mother needs to be a Jew, and it's a race of people.
That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So. And also, if we look at the claims made, we see prophets came after and such, and each prophet said someone's come after me and whatever. All right. So for me, Judaism was out of the window. My mother's not Jew, and it looked kind of exclusive, like an exclusive club. I have no issue with that. If God chooses certain people, I mean, there's a thing going on at the moment that, about the Black Israelites. Have you come across this movement?
I've just seen.
It's quite intriguing.
Is it?
It's intriguing, man. And they might have a point.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but that's not an issue for me.
No, okay.
Because I've got a friend, who's an Israelite, Black Israelite,
okay.
But he's a Muslim.
Yeah. Oh, right.
So what he says is Israelites today should be Muslims to keep the covenant of God.
Right. Okay.
So he believes they're on their covenant, But to keep that covenant, you need to be on the last messenger of God.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't stop with the Bible. Yeah. Whereas the Hebrew Israelites at the moment, they're using the Bible as their history, and everything about that's for them. The Revelations and the Son of Man coming, and we're all going to be, all the whites are going to be enslaved and all that business. Yeah. Anyway, that's their thing, right? But anyway, that's another point. So that, for me, that wasn't my way. Yeah. Then I look at Christianity. There's no practicality in Christianity. It's so, how does a merciful God punish me for a crime I didn't commit? And the only way he can forgive me is that he himself will come in another form and die, so then he can forgive me. Because here's my thing, if I owe you £10 note, I owe you a tenner, and you come to me and say, you know what, I'm sending him, give him the tenner. He's going to pay the tenner for you. So you pay the tenner. Have you forgiven anything?
Have I forgiven?
Yeah.
No.
No. You take your payment. You take your tenner.
Yeah.
Forgive me nothing. So I can't marry this mercy and justice and all this. And I don't even owe you a tenner. My dad owed you the tenner. So that's why it collapses for me. So the way I go after beliefs, I go after the reasons for the belief. The reasons for Christianity is the Bible. The Bible collapses under scrutiny. Yeah? But the Quran doesn't. And the teachings of the Quran doesn't. And I see things in the Quran that would not mean anything to anyone in the 6th century. Nothing.
Right. That now makes sense. It makes sense.
It can only make sense to us.
Right.
It can only make sense to us. If you speak to Arabs in the desert 600 years ago mentioning embryology, for example, and what? Why would you start talking about things like that? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Then I look at the practicalities of the teachings of Islam, the guidance of Islam. See, the way I look at it is this: what is religion? Religion is our Creator guiding His creation from danger they cannot comprehend, because He's allowed Satan, to approach us and deceive us as a mercy to Satan, because Satan asked for this respite to prove man wouldn't be grateful to him. So God has allowed this. So we have now on this earth an unseen enemy that's assaulting us daily. Yeah, and you've got no protection from it except God. You following? Or,
no, I'm following.
So God
Go on.
sends messengers to guide His creation. What did the people do? The messenger come, the people mock the messenger. For example, look at him building an ark. I see for miles. Noah.
Right.
Yeah? Mocking him is what they do.
Are we talking about the Quran now? Yeah, we're talking about the Quran now.
Yeah, of course, Noah. Of course.
I didn't know that. Okay, go.
Right? So all the messengers of God were mocked, ridiculed, until their miracle. Then the people believed. And for some it was too late. As people know, it was too late. All right. Moses was mocked until he went with the 10 plagues of Egypt. Yeah? So all of the prophets were mocked. So when Muhammad came, it was the same. Yeah? It was mocked. But the miracle of Muhammad was the Quran today. So you don't have an excuse today. Because I could say, I don't believe Jesus walked on water. I don't believe He did that. You only got this hearsay in this book, this corrupted book. Yeah? But the Quran is here. And it challenges you. You know, you're into science, isn't it? All right. You know how a scientific theory is proven, like Einstein did with relativity?
Yes.
What, falsification test?
Yes. You've said, I've heard you say falsification tests exist in the Quran.
No. We're using the scientific method here, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So the Quran gives you falsification tests. Has it been met? No. Why are you not accepting it?
I haven't looked into it enough, is the honest truth. But you know what? I don't want to change the subject.
No,
I've got limited time, and I wanted to come along.
No.
And just say. But this is what I find very interesting. Is as I said, I'm watching hours and hours of these Speakers Corner videos, and what's coming back to me is how are they conducting themselves. That's what all this stuff's coming out of people's mouths. I'm thinking, who's the person with the most patient? I don't know, like who seems the most moral in this moment. Now I know that's subjective, but that to me is more powerful than the words that are coming out of their mouth. How are they acting? I see you and I'm like, he's patient, he's very patient, he's very,
you have to be here.
Very patient, good-humoured, good-natured, generosity of spirit. And then, and I'm just thinking all of the words, and I'm not discrediting your words, I'm just saying, that seems to be more important to me. How's one conducting themselves in the world?
No.
And I really, and I respect.
It's like I said to you, isn't it? I don't know what they've heard or read or seen.
Yes.
I don't know what's got them upset. I don't know if their sister was abused by a Muslim. I don't know.
So then my thing is how you conduct yourself dependent on your intellectual understanding of religion? Because I don't think, it doesn't appear to me that that's the case. Like,
can I be racist?
You can.
It's an English thing, I think.
Right.
I think most English people, we are just the way we are. Arabs are very hot.
Yes.
Yeah, as are Asians. actions. As you know, when they burn the Quran, they're rioting in the streets and stuff like that. You know, me burning the Quran, alhamdulillah, because that's the only way we can get rid of the Quran is by burning it. Better for them to burn it.
You still have the option of being impatient during when someone's being intentionally being inflammatory.
No, but here's the difference as well. You see,
you can't take the burn off you. You're choosing to not react. You're choosing to be kind of good-natured. You're choosing that. You can't just say, "Oh, it's just because how I was born." Like,
no.
You can't take the burn off your shoulders and take the burn off their shoulders as well and say, "Oh, it's just their culture and how they were born." So it might be an element of it, but I think there's an element of it that your choice. You've chosen to act in a more moral way.
Look, I'm here to establish the truth, and in the face of truth, falsehood will perish, lies will perish. All right, and this is no one's got anything here to challenge Islam. They've been trying. They got nothing. They'll come with things about the age of Aisha and Anha. They'll come about all sorts of things. None of them have got nothing. Yeah, and I'm still waiting for somebody to come.
Yeah.
One guy came today, Irish boy. Yeah, nice boy, asking a question that's completely, you know, how can God be also self-sufficient and yet all merciful when there was nothing to be merciful to? He couldn't understand the point that you can have the capacity to have mercy even though you've not used it because you've got nothing to give mercy to. You understand?
Yeah.
And he thought that he had some kind of victory. It's quite amazing. No, but what I'm saying to you is this. So I have this thing, people are people. People will do what people will do. Yeah? And I'm not joking when I say to you, when someone comes to me and says, "Your prophet was a paedophile," I think, oh, they've read that article, they've heard that speech. Fair enough, let me correct them. Yeah? That's it. Come as aggressive and as angry as you like. Why do you believe that? I always question why you believe that. Yeah? Because I'm interested in people as well. Because look, I've said this many times and I'll say it again. I never lose in this park. I win or I learn.
I love that. Yeah.
No, it's bang on, man. It's bang on. Yeah, and even what the Irish boy came with, there will be an answer that one of our philosophical, like Imam Ghazali or something, would have come up with an answer to that. You know, like you've heard the question: Can Allah create a stone so heavy he can't lift it? For example. Oh, he's not all powerful then, or he can't create anything. You understand?
Right.
It's a stupid question. So they don't realise that question's stupid, and then when you don't answer a stupid question, they think you've not answered their question.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yes. I think, and I'm going to leave it at it. I think my interest is, I think how one conducts themselves in the world, their values and principles, it is more important than their intellectual understanding of the world. I think someone could be intellectually fantastic and treat their neighbour like shit, excuse my language, and not love their parents and whatever the things that you don't like, you know, promote gambling and all of that stuff. And I think that I would take the person who conducts themselves well in the world every time, and I'd back them, and I'd say that they were the better person over the person.
But then you have to be very, very careful as well, because there's some very slick speakers in this world. There's some snake oil salesmen. Yeah?
You just judge, but forget their words. You judge them. I'm saying judge them by their actions.
No, but they will deceive you with their actions. There's some sweet speakers, sweet talkers. Be careful of sweet talkers, man. This is why, you know why you see it with me? Challenge what I say. Yeah, I always say this: play the ball, not the man. Yeah, don't challenge. Don't think, oh, he conducts himself nice and he's got calm. That might just be my nature. I might just be a composed person. Yeah, I can show you a Christian who's more composed than I, and he doesn't get flustered at all. And you must have seen him, very monotonous. A guy wearing a leather jacket. Anyway, but listen to what I'm saying, bro. Challenge that.
Okay.
And when you can't, surrender. That's what I did.
Right.
Because when I realised, I fought against Islam for 2 years. I challenged it. I challenged all of it. And in the end, I just surrender. And you know what? And I've said this many times, and I'll say it again. There is no superior way of life than Islam. Nothing you can bring. I challenge you. Bring me a way of life better than Islam. Whether it's Christianity, whether it's Judaism, whether it's secular liberalism, whatever you want to bring. And I'll show you the flaws in it. Yeah? You want to bring me democracy? I'll show you corruption.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
There's flaws.
Bring as you like. Bring me feminism? Yeah, well,
I won't bring you that.
No, but bring me
not third wave.
Bring me Christianity?
Yeah.
There is no law. Jesus died for your sins, mate. Yeah?
I'm gonna really nice chatting, man. I'm really nice to meet you. I've watched
and yourself,
hours on YouTube. So
Alhamdulillah.
Really nice to meet you.
What's your name?
James.
James.
I'll see you.
Don't be a stranger. I'm going to be back on the 20th. Please come.
Okay, wicked. Nice to see you.
Reflect on what I said, though. Reflect on what I said.
I need need to digest it and think about it, definitely.
Yeah, but don't be afraid to accept the truth if it is the truth.
Okay.
Or you believe it to be the truth.
Right, got you. Okay.
Yeah?
Thanks.
James?
Thank you.
Take care, my friend. You don't mind if I just do a hatchet job on you now, do you? All right. I'm joking. Well, that was a nice discussion. James watching the YouTube videos, he's watched me debating Rob and Sarah and all that, and what he said resonated and is very, very true. And I tell Muslims this all the time: do not react emotionally, especially here in the park, because people are going to come here with all sorts of wild claims and all sorts of wild beliefs. Yeah, they're going to say horrible things about the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that they've read on the Google or read on the internet or somebody told them or they've seen on a video or watched on YouTube. Always remember the example of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. I'm going to remind you, I said it here but I'll say it again. When the Bedouin Arab came into the mosque and urinated and his companions wanted to react emotionally, what did he do? He knows no better, and then he sat with him and he spoke with him, and then the Bedouin Arab eventually embraced Islam. This is how we should be. You know, you never know the person you're speaking to who is a hater of Islam. You don't know why he hates Islam. Yeah? Like I said, I use an example. Maybe his sister may have been abused by a Muslim and he has this issue with Muslims. Who knows? You know, I'll give you... This is to all the Islamic haters now. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you two names who hated Islam more than you guys. Daniel Strijk and Arnoud van Doorn. Arnoud van Doorn from Geert Wilders' party hated Islam. Daniel Strijk, he was the one who called for the referendum in Switzerland to have minarets banned, and that ban is in place. Okay, these guys hated Islam more than you guys. Today they're my brothers in Islam. Alhamdulillah. So there's something for all of you. Yeah, be careful of what you read. Question everything, inshallah.